Hello folks, it's Struan here and welcome to a computer video. This is an HP PC, desktop PC, that I picked up for £0 and 0 pence. It was kindly donated to me instead of going to the skip, so that I can either harvest it for parts or make a sleeper PC out of it. It's that old, it's got one of the badges that you can probably pick out. But it's an HP Compact. It's got a Core 2 Duo and apparently Windows XP, although it really doesn't. It has Windows 7 Professional on it. See, does this try work? Oh my god, it does. And smoothly too. On the front we've got the audio jacks for a microphone and headphone, and 2 USB jacks. We've got, I'm not quite sure what that light is, storage access? And then light for power, I don't know. But, what we're going to do is, after I've just showed you around here at the ports, is open it up. It's dusty, I tell you that. The lid's not shut properly either. Lid, you know what I mean? Oh well. So this is what's on the back. This came with it, and the rest, the power lead did bits in the car. This is my power lead. So this appears to be a very old-fashioned Bluetooth USB dongle, covered in dust. It sat where it was sat for quite a while without being used, and it would gather dust where it was sat as well. So I've got my keyboard and mouse plugged in here, but we've got 2 USBs, an Ethernet, further 4 USBs, your VGA, or I think it's called that anyway. This big fucker, what? D something I can't remember. What's... Oh, an IYY port. I don't know. Then you got your PS2 ports, so you do know the name of them. Then your audio and headphones. And that power supply box is not mine. That came with a water cooler for my PC for my mate. So there we go, we got the case lid off, under which we see this abomination. No. For its age, I don't think it was too bad, but there's 2 RAM sticks in there. I'm guessing they're either 500 megs or a gig each. See if we can zoom into them, can we? LZJPLH7. I'll probably say on the other side then. Oh well. We've got this. Oh, that's quite loose. Shroud? Do you... Oh god, okay. So I guess it's like an air redirection for that. In fact, hold on, what is it? Oh, hey. Okay, we're not going to leave it like that. I'm going to grab this little brush. That is shocking. I'm going to have a dusty room now. Right. Also, some of it's on the floor, so it hasn't gone too badly. I'll let you guys keep an eye on this side while I brush. There. Okay, there we go. And then it's probably hit onto this one. Oh my god, look at the colour that's meant to be. Holy shit. Alright, so that is just about the perfect angle right there. What we're looking at is the CPU's secondary fan, if you will. It's a case fan. Sometimes they have one over the end of it, coming out the power supply like my gaming PC does. And so does this, my other HP, whatever the hell it's called, sitting down there. We're going to undo this fan, which is held in by the looks of it just by 4 Phillips screws, which makes things a hell of a lot easier from us than the likes of what holds down that CPU cooler, which is Torx screws, or is it Allen screws? Something like that. I think it's actually, it is Torx screws, but it looks like it's got extra dimples in it. I am trying to talk over my family talking as well, which is really, really annoying. Because nobody was talking until I started doing this video. We'll give it a brush down. Back in one moment, please. Okay, okay. And as if it was a brand new fan, it is a bit cleaner than it was. All I have to do now is grab that same brush again and brush that crap down there. And I don't know what this is here for. Not a Scooby. I'm actually quite curious as to why that's there, but hey. Right. Let's do this. Right into a corner. And there's actually a hole right there. So it should all come out. Yes, it does. Look at that. Right, I'll go back in that way. And if we can just turn, in fact, turn the flash on here. Here we are. I can plug that back in hopefully, because the cables used to be in there. It should go in without much of a fight, which of course it did. Nice and easy. Just move my fat head in here for a minute. Yeah, that's all good. Now I do want to know what these RAM modules are, so let's just find out. I'll pull this for a minute. Move that one out of the way. So it reaches down here. So it came out the black slot. I need to mind myself of that one. It's an HP official RAM. It's also mucky. Oh, here we go. Country of origin, US, lead free, 512. I knew it would be 512 megabyte DDR2. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen such bad RAM in my lifetime. This computer must be serious age. Although I can almost bet it runs better than the stupid brand new, well not brand new, a couple of years old now, HP, there's a Pavilion that I've got sat on the floor. These are really awkward to get back into place when you can't see much due to the camera. Let's try and move this along. There we go. Pop. No. Ah, there we go. Where's the other one then? It's quite a tight building here, you know, what the heck? There we go, that's it back in. Whew. They did not make that to be easily accessible anyway. Well, not to people with fat fingers. What have we here then? Let me just give this a quick wipe and get my thermal grease out as well. Bloody hell. Ew. Let's get a bit of toilet roll and wipe this shit off. And this is just going to be the absolute icing on the cake. Oh god. Come on. Oh, I did it. There you go. That's back down. I don't remember if that is the way it came out, but it's the way it's going back. Heat goes out here. That I'm not happy with being there, but as long as it sits out, then fine. Next is going to be the actual CPU fan. So we'll bolt back in this front fan and carry on with this cooler, which is the only thing that cools this PC. Rather unsurprising when you think about it, because it's not a very high-end sort of gaming PC or anything, is it? So it only needs one fan, cooler, two fan. In fact, you could probably have that one not working, it still wouldn't overheat for a wee while until you put it under a fairly serious load. I'm just going to get a screw in here. There we are. Now off to the side I have Chris's Focus Mark 1 model. I still haven't been to the shops to get super glue yet, but I need to do that, and I will do that. I've got the next 2 days off work. My rotated days off for RDO as I always write on my books. Right, that's one, I think, because I had a click. Whoop. That one definitely released. There's 3 coming. And 4. There we are. So thermal paste will go on that chip and a sheet here. This has a couple bits of dust on it, which are now gone. Let's see exactly if it was a Pentium or whatever I said on the case. Hold on. A Core 2 Duo. Oh, I'm going to take this and wipe it off with a bit of bog roll again. And we'll find out what it is, give it some new paste, chuck the cooler back on, hopefully get the password and reset the computer and sell it for about 30 quid or something. Right, let's clean this off. Now you see it. And now it's back. So it is upside down, that is the way it came out in the first place, but let's have a read. See if I poke this down here for you guys to see it on camera. That's helpful. There you go. Intel Core 2 Duo 6300 SLASI Malay. That'd be Malaysia, but I don't know what a SLASI bit is. Has it got a gigahertz rating for focus? 1.86 gigahertz. Oh my word. And I know that doesn't mean it's made in 1986, although 1866-86. It could have been out of that year, you know. Right. So we're going to put this chip back into place. The correct way would be nice. There you go, it's in its socket. Grab a thermal paste again. Oh, little syringe. And this time we'll obviously had enough to cover the area. So 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, and another. More than enough. There we are, put the cap back on. And where's that bit of Velcro? We'll wipe the bottom of here, because we knew that was covered in old thermal paste. Yeah, that was quite dry, that. Definitely in need of a renewal, I'd say. And obviously my stuff is newer as well, so it's probably made of better stuff. If thermal grease ever changed what it was made of. There you go. Push down and lock. Yeah. Now I'll slip the fan out on top of it. Oh, sorry, cooler. Using the wrong terminology again, listen to me. Right. No, I'm going to do the opposite. In fact, I'm going to do very different. I'm going to put one screw in here. One in here. I'll double check it's bitten. Yep, it has. Now I've left the bit in there again. All down. I never unplugged it, so it's not having that issue. This is still relatively out of the way, although I think we'll do this. Yes. So it's on the other side of that wire. And in fact, where does that go? Into that connector. Maybe even behind this one would be a good idea. Just so it has a bit more resistance to come into contact with that heat sink. Right, that will do it. Now let's plug the power cable back in and see if she boots up again. Which of course she will, but right, here it goes. Okay, nothing so far. Press the power button. It's not bad. Starting Windows, I've got a screen on the side. I wish I could show you that, but it's got somebody's photo on it when it loads up. It does say starting Windows though. In fact, hold on. There you go, starting Windows. Let's just have a quick monitor of this computer and check that it does what it's meant to. Yeah. This is noisy, or is it? Power supply is noisy. Right. Right, it has booted right back up. Now I've got to check if we have a message with the password on it yet. Which by the looks of things I do not. Which means I can either insert a USB drive at the front and reset password, and probably the whole computer, or just wait for a message. I'm not in a great rush to get this sold and whatnot. It can sit here for a wee while. I've got another computer sitting down here that I'll also flip and sell. I've already done the thermal paste on that one. I just had it booted up to get hold of a software called Windows Mobile, I believe, installed, because it's not available on Windows 11 properly, so I had to go through some websites to get it. What we didn't do is what we're going to do now is shut it down properly again, pull the disk drive out and see what's under that, because I'm quite curious. There we go, that is now shut down. We will push this tab and lift this out. Oh, there you go. I don't know why it started up there. Okay, so it's got space for an SSD. See? FDD. Floppy disk drive, that's what. Oh man, a floppy disk drive. I only had one of them in one of my computers, the first one I ever had. It was given to me by my pal. Yeah, there's there's the opening just there for the floppy disk. Jesus, you could probably retrofit another mini drive of some sort in there. I just want to make sure that's in the right place, because it did start to come out there. In fact, yeah, it has come out a bit rosy. Not bad under that. Let's put it back on its hinge, place it down. Now we know that everything there has been cleaned and is okay. We can, let's just, yeah, it's not that bad. We can now put the lid back on properly this time, give the outside a wipe and get it ready to sell once we can reset it. We'll get those labels off hopefully as well. Just need to unplug everything of mine. Mouse, keyboard and VGA cable, so that I can stand the computer up with proper spacing and wait until we get messaged, hopefully, a password. Unless we don't, which is another thing, they might turn around and say, oh, I'm not telling you that password, I use that for other stuff. Let's just go. I'm going to meet some resistance. Why? Oh, right up the way. Move the camera up the way, out the way. There it is there. So we're trying to... See, that feels right. That one clicks. Come down here. That one clicks. But, by the looks of it, that one wee bit at the back, that's actually better lined up than it was before, never mind. Just isn't quite happy. Oh well. Fun times. We will leave this sitting on the desk. My gaming PC doesn't even weigh that much. And it is in a metal case as well, this. Right, paper towel, plastic, just give it a wipe off. It has a particularly dusty smell to it as well, i.e. sitting in a corner for a while. Ooh, I'm glad that wasn't a sneeze at least. Right, there we go, that's wiped. Right, put this back in. This is the bit that doesn't want to behave. Good God. Now obviously because we had to undo that, we need to put it back in again, which isn't the easiest thing to do. Lighting's not on your side, space isn't on your side, time's not on your side. There we go. After a good fight, that's done. I'll put the case on again. Hopefully, because it's been on and off a few times now, I can just go, oh yeah, there you go, it's much easier. Try that one again. There we go. The other one didn't work properly that time. Right, let's get a wipe down and that'll be it. Okay, we're done. This computer, once reset, will go for £30, 25, something like that. It's not a fantastic computer, but it is clean, and once it's reset and has whatever, I think Windows 7, I'll put back on it, it'll be ready to go. Could be somebody's first, like a student's computer or something, just cheap, or somebody who doesn't use the internet very often. The internet? No. Somebody who doesn't use video games, like games on the computer very often even.